Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the science of how we move, all the way from a hospital bed to the weight room. We're going to connect the dots between recovering from an injury and pushing for peak performance, and you'll see how the very same ideas apply to every single one of us.
So, let's kick things off with a little test. Right now, wherever you are, find a chair and have a seat. Now, try to stand up, but here's the catch. No hands allowed. Go ahead, give it a shot. Because that simple little move, well, it's the key to understanding something absolutely vital for your health.
You see, that task, that's a direct measure of your mobility. And mobility is really the unsung hero of our physical health. It's something we totally take for granted until we start to lose it, but honestly, it's the foundation for everything else we do.
So, what even is mobility? Well, it's not just about moving. It's this incredible symphony going on inside your body. It means your muscles, your skeleton, your joints, and even your brain and nerves are all working together in perfect harmony. It's about controlled, purposeful movement. It's what lets you do, well, everything.
Okay, but what happens when we lose that ability, maybe from an illness or an injury, even for just a little while? Well, the cost of being still is pretty shocking, and it happens incredibly fast.
Get ready for this number because it's a big one. For every single week you spend laid up in bed, you can lose up to 20% of your muscle strength. Let that sink in for a second. A fifth of your body's power, just gone, in only 7 days.
And it's not just about your muscles getting weaker. The problem creates this dangerous domino effect throughout your whole body. I mean, look at this table. Being immobile shoots up your risk for serious stuff like blood clots and pneumonia. Your muscles can actually shorten permanently. It's a massive, system-wide problem.
So, if being still is the villain of our story, then who's the hero? Well, the hero is a concept that physical therapists and personal trainers both rely on to fight back. It's called range of motion.
All right, let's break this down. Range of motion, or ROM for short, is really just how far a joint can move in any direction. You know, its full potential. The exercises that help improve this are a huge part of physical therapy, and they basically come in two main flavors.
First, you've got passive ROM. This is when something or someone else does the moving for you. Think about a physical therapist gently bending a patient's knee. This is absolutely critical when someone can't move on their own. Then you've got active ROM, and that one, that's all you, using your own muscles to move that joint.
Now, let's take this idea and head over to the gym. Because moving a joint through its full range isn't just for recovery, it's a huge topic in strength training too. The theory goes that to get the most muscle growth, what scientists call hypertrophy, you've got to work that muscle through its entire length, from fully stretched out to fully squeezed.
But here's the million-dollar question. Is a full range of motion always the best way to get stronger? And, maybe even more importantly, how do we chase that goal without getting injured?
You know, the science here is actually pretty fascinating. For your lower body, think squats and lunges, the evidence is really clear. A full range of motion seems to be the winner for muscle growth. But for your upper body, the results are kinda all over the place. Some research even shows that partial reps can be beneficial. It really suggests that the best way might be different for different muscles.
So, the big takeaway here is that while the what to do can be a little nuanced, the how to do it safely is pretty simple. The rules for smart, safe movement are universal, no matter what exercise you're doing. It really boils down to 4 simple steps. 1, always warm up. 2, get your form right, master the technique before you even think about adding more weight. 3, control the weight, don't just swing it around with momentum. And 4, a really crucial one, give your body time to rest and recover.
All right, so let's tie this all together. We've gone from someone carefully learning to sit up in bed all the way to an athlete pushing their absolute limits. So what's the common thread that links them both?
It doesn't matter who you are, a nurse helping a patient, or a powerlifter going for a new record. The deep down fundamental goals are exactly the same. It's all about keeping your joints healthy, holding on to your muscle mass, making sure you're moving in a safe and controlled way, and ultimately, just feeling good and being independent. At the end of the day, it all just comes back to that one word, mobility. Movement is this universal pillar of our health. Understanding these basic principles gives you the power to take charge of your own physical health, no matter where you're starting from.
And that brings us to one last thought. Now that you understand what's at stake, and you know some of the solutions, from the clinic to the gym, what are you going to do about it? What's one small thing you can do today to improve your own range of motion?